This video is presented by Western and Southern Financial Group, a game plan for your financial future. Every great team starts with a strong foundation, and your future should too. With life insurance built like a championship roster, Western and Southern helps protect what matters most so you can focus on winning today while planning for tomorrow. Whether you're just starting out your journey, building your dynasty, or ready to retire like a champion, Western and Southern has the right play for your life stage. Visit westernsouthern.com to get your free life insurance quote today. Western and Southern, built to win. Bills win 39-34. It didn't look like this was going to be the final score with like a quarter left to go in this game, and then all of a sudden it just got extremely exciting down the stretch. A massive snow game in this one, which definitely affected how the game was played. We'll get to that in a second. Top 5 graded players for the Buffalo Bills as the winners of this one. Tight end Dawson Knox with a 91.6. Linebacker Christian Benford made the biggest player of the game with that interception on Joe Burrow for a pick-6 touchdown. 90.7 overall grade. Tight end Jackson Hawes, 84.1. Offensive guard Osiris Torrance, an 83.8. Offensive guard David Edwards, an 81.3. And then Josh Allen, 90.5 overall grade for Josh Allen in this one. Some phenomenal quarterback play on Cincinnati side of things. Tight end Mike Gesicki, 92.9 overall grade. Wide receiver T. Higgins with an 80.6. Offensive guard Dylan Fairchild with a 76.9. Offensive tackle Orlando Brown Jr., 74.3. And then safety Jordan Battle, a 71.2. Joe Burrow, 83.1 overall grade. But, I mean, if you take out, this game felt like it was going one way, and then the two bad Joe Burrow throws happened. And, like, outside of those two bad Joe Burrow plays, the game was just kind of, like, crazy good on both sides. But obviously Burrow has the pick-6, and then the other interception. If you take both of those out, Burrow had an elite passing grade. Like every other throw that he had was phenomenal in this game.
Honestly, if you just take out the first one, because the second one with it being Jordan Phillips tipping the ball, Burrow doesn't even get downgraded for that one. It's really just the Benford play.
And the Benford play, it was I don't know exactly what went on here. Maybe Joe Burrow talked about it after the game, and I didn't see him talk about it, but it was one of those weird plays where, like, he gets the ball and he's throwing a screen, and Benford obviously gets a really good jump on it. Like, he gets a good jump on the screen the way that, like, Andrew Van Ginkel does, which we'll talk about here for the Vikings.
Benford there is blitzing. He's blitzing off the boundary.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, he gets a good jump into the backfield, so he gets a good jump into what was eventually the passing lane of a screen pass. But you watch it, like, the way Burrow throws it is very strange, like, even for Benford being there. And I wonder if that was just he threw it that way because it was snowy and the ball was slick. And he doesn't have the biggest hands in the world. I don't know. But it was a very strange technique in which he was trying to throw that ball. And obviously it went straight to Benford and he was able to pick it off and get the pick-6. But those are kind of the reasons why I know people out there, they'll watch these snow games and they'll love them. They'll be like, real football, you know, like, especially when the quarterback play is really good. I don't love inclement weather games because to me it takes away from what quarterbacks have the ability to do. So if this is a game where there's not two elite quarterbacks and the ceiling for quarterback play isn't super high, sometimes I like those weather games. But in this instance, obviously we got a fun show anyways, and it was a lot of fun to watch because the Allen throw, Josh Allen anyways, was unbelievable in this game. It just showcases all the talent that he has. Did you see the end zone angle of the Khalil Shakir?
Yeah, it makes no sense. Yeah, it's just he can just do things that no one else can.
There are a handful of quarterbacks in the world that could attempt that throw and complete it.
5 or 6 maybe.
Handful, right? There's a lot of quarterbacks that maybe would because it's not really a good decision. But I would argue there's only one in the world that would and could attempt that throw that went to Khalil Shakir, and it was Josh Allen. That was one of the best throws I've ever seen with everything that went into him completing that throw. It's crazy. And some Bengals fans are going to be like, you know, if the linebacker would have just put his hands up, like it would have maybe hit his hands. Like, I get it. But, like, even independent of that, to get that ball to Khalil Shakir takes an insane amount of talent. And that's the part of like a snow game where I go, okay, that was fun to watch Josh Allen just do things that only he can do.
Right, and especially in that building. It just feels like there's just a magic in Highmark Stadium that when Josh Allen's playing there that like, oh, this guy. I've said it, especially at home. Josh Allen at home, I think, is best player in football. It's just ridiculous in that building, the things he does week in and week out, and especially in this. And to your point, on a clean playing field, with nice 70-degree weather, how many guys are trying that throw? How many guys are trying that throw when it's 15 degrees and snowing outside?
Well, I mean,
that's the other part of it,
that's
too.
What I'm saying. You got a lot of people that would attempt the throw. How many would attempt the throw and have the talent to complete it and actually get it there? I tell you, there's one. It's Josh Allen.
Yeah, especially outside rolling to his right like that. I mean, it really is. It's unbelievable the plays he can make. But this game really did come down to me to just straight momentum. And obviously that's not a very analytical thing, but for a second we can make it one. Because when you look at, first of all, just before the Christian Benford pick six, okay, the Bills are down 28-18 with halfway through the fourth quarter, 7.5 minutes left. If there's one thing that actually irritated me the most from this game, do not ever, especially in a big spot, do not ever zero blitz Josh Allen. The 40-yard touchdown run before the Benford pick six that really started all of this, don't ever zero blitz Josh Allen, because even if you get a free rusher, it's not free. He's 6'5" and 240, and he's going. He can
shrug off.
He can just shrug it off or just dance right by it. Yeah. I mean, it's. And then you have all man coverage behind it with nobody with eyes on him, and that's what he's going. Anytime if you send a zero blitz at him, I think it's just absolutely foolish, and that's what Al Golden did first. Then you got the Benford pick six, which is a lot of fun when it comes to win probability and things like that, because even I believe it was at the time, we have the graphic here, the Next Gen put out a tweet about this Christian Benford pick six. Look at this. The Bills went into this play with a 16% chance to win, down 3 and the Bengals having the ball. It went all the way up to 77%. And as you see right there, since Next Gen has been tracking win probability since 2016, the biggest win probability swing on a play outside of the last 2 minutes of a game that they have tracked. Completely flipped the game on its head. Then you compound that with the very next snap for Cincinnati, Jordan Phillips tip ball, A.J. Epinesa leads to the next interception, leads to the next touchdown from Jackson Hawes eventually. The Bengals had this halfway through the fourth quarter. They had this game, and within a span of about 8 snaps, it was gone. It was just gone. And I think it again speaks to the fact that this team with their defense, and they didn't run the ball very well in this game, they're too reliant on Joe Burrow to carry them through it. And he makes one mistake and has one other unfortunate bounce, and the game gets away from him.
Yeah.
And then once again, when Burrow gives them one more shot to get back in it, 3rd and 15, we go match quarters on the back end. Nobody's got eyes on Allen. I don't know how you can get in big spots like this, especially in 2nd and 3rd and long with Josh Allen, and not account for him running the football. Those two plays made no sense to me from that standpoint. I go, this, especially in the snow. I'm like, if you lose a one-on-one matchup with Gabe Davis, or somehow he gets over the top of you in the year 2025, so be it. You cannot let him run the football and just go dashing through the snow and have big 240. You like that? Big 200 December football. Big 240-pound Josh Allen just running free with all the momentum, because you're not gonna get a one-on-one tackler in open space on him. He might be the hardest guy, running backs included. He might be the hardest guy in football to tackle.
Yeah,
and twice in those spots there was just no chance in the open field.
He is built for, and we saw this when he was at Wyoming, right? We saw a lot of this at Wyoming, because Wyoming's got a handful of games every year where it's going to be bitter cold. It might be snowing. We saw this from him there. So him being at home in Buffalo, I think that he's.
And this is the exact scenario that was talked about when he was drafted. This is a guy who can play in these conditions. When it's talked about guys like Tua and Kyler Murray and Bryce Young maybe can't do that because they can't do these things and just physically can't get through the weather like that. I mean, just an unbelievable game from Allen, but it really did to me come down to about that 4-minute stretch when you just got this wild swing of momentum in Buffalo's favor, as they often get in that stadium.
Only other thing that I had in this game, James Cook, 2 fumbles. for the second week in a row, one loss. So he's had one lost fumble in each of the last 2 weeks. Obviously, it's just something that's got to get cleaned up for this Buffalo team. Anything else from you on this one?
I mean, as we saw again, the Bengals can't cover tight ends. How about the day Dawson Knox had? I know it's usually Dalton Kincaid.
Well, Dalton Kincaid was up there too.
It sure was. I mean, the Bengals, they just have no answer for tight ends. They just can't.
Yeah.
Knox, 92.2 receiving grade, 6 catches for 93 yards, 4 first downs. He was outstanding in this game too. And big Dawson Knox, 260 pounds, not easy to tackle in the snow either. That's for sure.
No, the Bills went heavy tight end offense when you want to in a game like this, and it just goes to show they drafted in a way where they predicted wanting to win football games like this. And I think that's always fun to see when the draft strategy works out.